Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer and welcome back to Hof Albertal Catalan Crops Early Access. So we're going to do, I'll, I'll be real with you. This is about the 7th time that I've started this video, and I've been working on this for about 6 hours with virtually no success. So I've tried to have my happy-go-lucky YouTuber voice going. But if you hear some creeping rage, I'm just about to rage quit. So we have a worker on, and every morning, who is it? Egbert. Every morning at 5:45, Egbert takes care of all our animals, which is really nice. I like that. We have to harvest all of our corn now. And I'll tell you that at the end of the previous episode, I remember saying, I think it may want us to seed all of our fields with corn, and it won't let us stop until every single field is seeded with corn. And that is the case. We had to seed all of our fields. Now I believe it wants us to harvest all of our maize. We don't have the equipment for that. So let's get to that straight away. To do that, we're going to need I don't think we have really anything we need. Okay, so to do that, we are going to need a forage harvester and a header, and we're going to need, let's do 3 tippers, 3 tractors, 3 tippers. So we'll have 3 hired workers carting for us. And to do that, we need some money. So let us go to the bank, and I'm just going to take out 2 huge loans, and we can pay them back. It's for harvest, 6 months, so we take that out. And then we take out another one, and that will give us enough money to rent comfortably all the equipment that we need. And as we make money from our crops, we'll just pay it back. So then we go back here, and we go to the dealer, and we are going to rent for 72 hours the Jaguar. Rent the Jaguar. Okay. And then we're also going to rent 3 940s, also for 72 hours. 1, 2, 3. 3 front weights. 1, 2, 3. And 3 tippers. 1, 2, 3. Now, I learned something important in the previous episode, and I'm going to do all this before I accept the mission. And I am going to teleport. Sometimes you just teleport. Right there, right there, right. So we need to, let's do this. Let us set as a waypoint the store. I said the store. No. Yeah, I'm really super frustrated by this game right now. Okay, there's a waypoint. So if we hit T, does he just drive there? Well, let's get him backed up first. And let's get 4-wheel drives added in a slot right there. And then we turn it off. Parking brake off. Back up. And then if we hit T, will he just drive right there? But being careful not to drive into a parked truck. Okay, and there he goes. Struggle is real today. How do you feel about that? You on it? Are you going? All right, I'm going to hop out here and see how he goes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what is going on. It seems like all the all the good mojo that we had has gone away. It seems like it's really not. Oh my goodness. I don't know what the quality of this video is going to be. I can't make any promises because I am so frustrated by this game right now that I want to play badly, and that's never any good. So we're going to drive to the store, apparently one at a time in these tractors, and get them all hooked up. And once we have them hooked up, then we're going to create a task. And then there's, I feel like, a single chance for that task to go well. And if it does not go well, I'm definitely going to stop for the day. But I may have to stop Cattle and Crops until the full release comes out because the AI is this game. I feel like every time I play it, it's been gradually bringing me around and bringing me around and really kind of getting me on board. I understand that it's early access, and early access is kind of a euphemism for not done yet, and that's fine. You need to test your product in ways and scenarios that your in-house staff just don't have the capacity to come up with every possible situation. That's what beta testing is. When you put it out and let a large group of people test, they are going to do things and come up with essentially ways to accidentally break the game that your team would never be able to do because they invented it. They came up with it. So you have to have testers. I get that. The people that developed the game came up with the AI system, so of course they understand how to make it function because they invented it. Right? It's their thing. So they would never do this or do that, various things that would cause the AI to not function properly. They wouldn't do that. They know better. Well, citizens don't know that because they've never played the game and they had no role in its development. So that's the whole point of testing. Having said that, beta testing, or in this case, early access, and there's a bit of a gray area. I've seen the controversy on Steam that people have said, why are you releasing an unfinished game? Why are you releasing a beta product and asking people to test it for $40? Right? People are going to pay $40 to test it. And the answer is because they need money, which is the answer to many questions in life. And there's nothing wrong with that. You gotta finance a project, and one way to do that is to sell the product. They did the Kickstarter. Now they're doing some other things. So I get it. I don't know the developers. I've never worked with them in all likelihood. Maybe they knew the game wasn't, or at least the AI component of the game wasn't ready. But we got bills to pay. We got rent and payroll. So who knows? But having said that, the AI functionality of this game, and to me, the game is set up and designed and developed in a way that you have to use the AI, or you can't really in any meaningful way run a farm that big with just jumping back and forth between vehicles. And it doesn't even have the Farming Simulator has just the straight back and forth across the field hired worker. No brain power whatsoever. They just drive back and forth in rows across the field while you run back and forth and cart. Well, this game doesn't even have that. It seems to only have kind of I would say an elaborate or a comprehensive AI system, which is fantastic. The only problem is it doesn't work. I understand the game's not done yet, but I am extremely frustrated right now. Uh, so yeah, if this doesn't happen in the next few minutes, then I'm going to have to. I won't uninstall it or anything. I'm just raging. It's fine, just being a brat. But I will. I'll have to step away from it for a good week or two because it's too. Well, I won't be able to finish the mission manually. I'm not going to. Well, there's no way to do it because the forage harvester has no tank, so I can't fill the tank and then dump it in a tipper. Right. So what happened the first time I did this? Yeah, seriously, hours I've been trying to make this work, and I just keep restarting and restarting the mission and the recording, not restarting the game. What happened the first time I did it was I got all my workers set up and told them to, get their jam on, and they got their jam on, and I realized that they had all driven away with weights and no tippers. And that was weird for me because I had told them to pick up the tipper, but also they had gone to the store and picked up the weights, which were right next to the tippers. So it's not like they weren't in the neighborhood. Uh, and also, of course, I have no problem admitting that this is entirely possibly pilot error, could be 100% my fault, and that another person is like, oh yeah, you just you deedly do, and then you deedly dot dot, and then boom, you got your AI. That could be the case. Would not be the first time, but at the moment, I am just struggling and raging. So we're going to set this up one time, and if it doesn't work, uh, forget it. Now, something that I will tell you about the AI, and you'll see in the menu that we get to in a minute, you'll realize what I'm talking about. It's like you build an entire task rather than building. I guess I'm saying you build a large compound task rather than building a series of independent tasks. So rather than telling this tractor and cart to go back and forth between the Jaguar and the biogas, you have to build like an entire whatever. You'll see in a minute. And the problem with that then is all of your workers are doing things. And all of your equipment is doing things, and you can't, I guess you can't jump in. I mean, you can take over manual control, but you can't because the game will randomly like grab the controls from you. Again, I just realized that first tractor we brought over, we forgot to get a weight, but we can do that right now. Right? It's maddening as you're driving, as you have manual control of the tractor, the game will just take over and pull the controls out of your hand. Not, I mean, it's not force feedback. I don't mean it like that, but I mean you're just driving straight and accelerating, and the game will suddenly veer sharply to the left or whatever. It's crazy making, and I'm just really not sure uh, what they were thinking. Unless there is some terrible secret that I'm just not, implementing. I have no idea. I'm a, I'm at a loss, as they say. And even this is taking forever. But like I said, I tried it the one time, and I had them get all the way up to the BGA, and they were empty. So essentially, we've got tasks, and the tasks are things like feeding, animals obviously does not apply here in any context. Um, Field work, which would be cultivating and plowing and spreading muck and that sort of thing, that does not apply here. We've got, trying to think what the other ones are. Animal transport, again, does not apply. We're not transporting animals. So we end up with things like harvesting and transport. Now, I believe transport is literally just transporting, like going from a place and picking up something, driving it to another place and unloading it. That doesn't really apply here, and you can't select a forage harvester as your pickup point, which I think would make sense. So all that leaves is harvesting. And that's when you have to build. I mean, I tried it like a dozen times, and it was not letting me complete the task and save the task because I didn't have a harvester selected. I didn't have a forage harvester selected. And what I didn't realize was you had to select a forage harvester first and then attach tractors and carts to it. But then, like I said, they're all doing it themselves. You can't sort of take over manual control and drive the harvester. That was my original plan, is I was going to drive the harvester for that great big field over by the biogas, and they were going to unload to the biogas. And then, hang on, I'm make my big turn here. I didn't forget about you. And then the next mission, I'm sorry, the next fields would be closer to the farm, and I wanted to keep some of that. It's a little too close, I think. There's also some real right? That's right. There's also some very serious misunderstanding on my part about where this stuff is supposed to go. I wanted to sell it at the BGA. It's not giving me an option to do that. It's a mess, man. It's really been a scene up here. I also am a bit confused that once you set a waypoint like that one right there, it's like you can't ever get rid of it. Ever. And sometimes I'd like to get rid of it because I wonder sometimes if the AI isn't trying to do things with that waypoint that we no longer. We don't want that waypoint there anymore. I'll try to get rid of it before I create these missions. Something else the AI does is it goes off the roads and just starts driving into buildings and fences. Oh, whoo-sa. In fact, what time is it? It's 10 minutes to 5. Man, I'm tempted to pour myself a glass of wine right now. Okay, so credit paid. Accept this mission. Good maize from your own fields. Why, thank you very much. The maize is ripe. Let's harvest. Fantastic. Maize seed was our previous mission. We did that. We accept. All in German. I don't sprechen. So we'll have to just wing it here. F5. New task. All right. Stick with me here. So it's not feeding, it's not animal transport, it's not field work, and it can't be transport because we can't attach it to a we can't attach the transport to a harvester. So we got our whole team here, except for, I guess, one of our guys does the bulls in the morning, feeds the bulls. I'm starting to lose my voice again. Right. So now all of these gangsters down here will get Colossus Axion 940s with a cart on them. You know the other possibility. As much as I've been fighting with this all day, you know the other possibility is now that you're here, it just starts right up. Like when you take your truck to the mechanic because it's making a sound, and then it doesn't make the sound. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Right. Wait. Now, select field. We're going to do our big field first. We're going to do field number 3. Or are we? No, we're not. Because, oh yeah, who cares? I'm going to end up finishing this off camera anyway. Headland before the field lanes. Yes, makes perfect sense. Field entry. Can't put anything in there. Select unload station. Farm silo center. I guess we're keeping this, right? Are we? I don't know. Are we gonna harvest it all and then scoop it up and take it down to the port, take it down to the harbor for episode 18? I don't know. And then destination after harvest, we're gonna return these vehicles, so we'll say vehicle trader. Or can we leave that blank? We can leave that blank. Let's leave it blank and have them stop where they are because I don't want them driving down to the vehicle trader before we're done with the harvest. Now, I'm going to hit save, and when I do, release hell, because you'll see. Okay, you ready? Everybody's going. It's it's like Chinese democracy. The, the is that Gundula driving the harvester? I think she's drunk. All right. But everybody's driving themselves right now. There is no intervention required from me, which really I I would like to be controlling at least one piece of equipment right now. I would assume that I would start with the harvester in that big field, and then as we got to the smaller field, I would put the harvester on a worker, and I would drive one of the tippers. Alas, that's not a possibility. Right. So at this point, I'm not even playing the game. I'm just narrating. All the vehicles are under AI control. And I'm telling you what, if everything happens with 100% smooth, I don't know, man. No promises. I may come unglued. Uh, and that's a weird thing to think about. Like, oh, everything went so good that I had a fit. Yeah, it's been known to happen. I don't like to have fits ever, but you know, sometimes. Right, I'm doing all kinds of things now. Multitasking. I'm texting. I'm refilling my vape because I don't have to do anything. I'm hands off. Look, you don't believe it. I'll prove it. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm doing nothing. In fact, I might go in the other room and pour myself a glass of wine. All right? It's evening. I've had a hard day of fake farming. Oh, wait, I'm in the wrong one. That's the one I want. And I think the thing that's kind of weirding me out is we're sending it to our center silo. I don't even know where that is. Yes, yes, yes. Right? Because these are our maize silos, no? But where is our our center silo or our farm silo? Are those on a different farm? Like, I'm not. We only have 2 buildings. I don't think there's any grain in that one. I don't think we can get into this one. Nope. And then the other one is our barn with our animals in it. So I don't even know. I'll be real with you. I don't even know what's going on. I mean, there's this over here. This is all vehicle storage here. I think that, yeah, this is just our personal garage. Like, this is where we keep the whip. There's no maze storage in here. Right? There's nothing in here. Can't even get in there. So when it's talking about farm silo or this or that, I really don't even know what it's talking about. Okay. Back to it. All right. I'm going to hope for the best here. Jaguar is positioning itself. Extending. Extending. All right. All right. Well, I'm cautiously optimistic. Let's zoom out a little bit. Also, I have no idea what kind of frame rate I'm getting right now. This could be choppy as hell. Look at Gundula. Is this woman not drunk right now? Are you kidding me? Ah. Time is money, folks. What are you doing here? I don't even know what that is. It's madness is what it is. I'm going to get some wine. Right. I'm just going to go in the other room here. And, yeah. Right. Yep. That's the kind of fake farming day it's been. Right. And the other reason I'm staying in this tractor, in this class, is I want to see where it takes the maze to. Admittedly, there's a lot of places on the map that I haven't been to yet. But what is this center silo? Is that a storage point? Can we go there and fill up later and then sell it? I don't know. I also... Oh, that's not bad. I've got a California cab tonight. It's a bit of a fruit bomb, but, you know, I like California quite a bit. I like good wine. Obviously, I like good wine. I like complicated wine. I don't like... Take that back. I like complicated wine. I don't like complex wine. This one's not bad. This one is neither complicated nor complex. It's just kind of yummy. Yeah, man. AI is just not there yet. Wow. And I understand it's a complicated, difficult task, but I'm also, I get a bit impatient with the idea of doing something badly because it's difficult. Okay, so we're filling up. I'm glad I got the 940 for this too. I was thinking of renting 530s, but I don't think they would have been able to move these tippers when they're full. Right. Well, I'm feeling just a bit more optimistic. Not entirely, but just a bit. And you know, this game does refer to itself as a farm management system. A farm management simulator. So reluctantly, I will say that maybe we're managing right now. We got all our workers working. And I guess, technically, I guess you could have workers do everything in the game. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this inboard headland either. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like the only... If you're going to cut a headland, why wouldn't you cut it on the outside? Why would you cut it one width in? Now, curious what the what the system does up here. I don't know, why is this guy stopping? What's happening next? Well, we were doing good for a minute. All right. Okay. All right. Now, should I take over? Should I drive up to where the guy is? I'll let the Jaguar get back to the crop and see if it calls for this tipper that we're in right now. I'm all my optimism is fading away. No, look at that. See, all I needed to do was just believe. I just had to have faith. Right. So yeah, there are a lot of places on the map that I've never been, and I'm curious what the destination of this maze is, where it's going, and also what we do with it once it's there. Are we going to get paid when we drop it off? Is it a silo like a sale silo, or is it a silo like a storage silo, and then we'll have to go back later and put it in another tipper and take it to a place to sell like the harbor? We'll see. I think my frustration level reached a point where for this, and seriously, this is like the 5th time, 6th time that I tried recording this video. I just kept having to go back to my archive copy. But what I did this episode that was slightly different is I've been extremely hands-off with the AI and just let it do its thing. Now what happens? Right? So, are we waiting for... Are we waiting for another tipper? Is anything happening right now? Ah, there is. Okay. Wow, it really thought about that for a minute. Okay. So there he goes. Now, is there another tipper coming in? I'm going to zoom out on my mini-map here and see. Whoa. See if there's another tipper coming in to work with the... Can't tell. I can see one off to the side there, but I don't know if it's moving toward the Jaguar. And I don't know what this guy's doing. Yeah, you know, I'm not really frustrated at this point. I'm just sort of laughing about it, but this is... this is so not ready. Right. Okay. So there's no more movement toward the Jaguar. Let me see where my other... Alright. So they're both over here. Oh, they're stuck. How are they both stuck? Huh. Okay. Well. Now, if I get up here and I turn this one loose, is it going to do anything? Or is it just going to sit? This isn't this much of a hill. Game. I'm not sure what's going on right now. This is not such an obstacle that a massively overpowered tractor would not be able to tow an empty trailer up it. Okay, so there he goes. Does it just need the four-wheel drive? Really? Wow. Okay, so it doesn't automatically activate the four-wheel drive. You gotta do that yourself. Good grief. Now where is this guy going? I don't know if he's going through the farm or if he's going to drop off at that middle point. Because at that point then we just have a bunch of yeah, he sure is. Okay. So this is we have on the farm we have maize silo, we have farm silo, and we have silo. Apparently this is all three of them. Wow. Okay. Just taking this all with a grain of salt. So there's him. There's this one, I guess, staged, and there's this one dumping, and there's this one getting ready to cart. Right. I think I'm going to call it right there. I might let it roll for another few minutes, but I don't know that there's a whole lot left for us to see at this point that we haven't already seen. This is, well, it's early access. That's the nicest thing that I can say about it today. I'm really pretty frustrated, but so it goes. I'm not sure if I assume maybe in Mission 18 we'll be able to sell that corn. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so he's here. That's there. That's there. And he's there. Okay. And I guess there is, that looks like crop destruction to me right there on the left. Looks like as that tractor went through, we do have crop destruction now. Oh, you know what? We did have it before. I'm sorry. I take that back. We did have crop destruction before. We don't have grass destruction. It just mats the grass down, or it doesn't even do that. You just drive over the grass with zero effect. So, all right. Yeah, that's something that I guess you can take over manual control, but then it just takes it right back. And I don't get that. Frame rate is looking really choppy right there. I'm curious what that will look like on the replay. Does it look like we just totally dropped our frame rate? So I can call workers from this guy, but I can't suspend the worker that's in it. What is this? Oh, that's to fold it. That's to turn it on. Yeah, I can control the other workers from in here, but I can't control the worker in, well, I can't, you see what I mean. I can't deactivate the worker in the Jaguar and then turn them back on. It's sort of an all or nothing kind of deal. Yeah, I'm a little hot right now, so I think, give me a day to think about this and give me a day to review the video and reflect on this, but it's possible that I'll find some positivity, but at the moment I have to say I'm pretty disappointed with the AI. And then the other thing that's awesome is I can't save the game till the entire mission is done. Now I think what I might be able to do is fire everybody and then create a new task. But I don't think that would work because the field would be like half done. And I'm guessing that would, the AI would just like freak right the hell out if it had to deal with a field that was half harvested. I'm curious how it's going to deal with what's about to happen right here. Let's see. If it cuts another inboard headland. No. Going to the outside. All right. Nah. Oh, you suck, game. You suck. This doesn't even make sense. All right. I give up. Folks, I'm going to call it Mission 17. AI. Not quite there yet, but we're still churning our way through it. I don't know how many hours it's going to take me to finish this mission because I can't pause the game or stop the game while we're harvesting. It has to be... Okay. You want your little buddy over there? You need him for anything? Yeah, you can see what's going on. I give up. Mission 17, thumbs down. Folks, thank you for stopping back to join the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Cattle and Crops, and we will see you next time. Take care.